Hello, this is Mike at Gamefromscratch, and I just thought I would share this great little program I just discovered from a company called Cyotek. It's for making animated GIFs, not GIFs, GIFs. Basically, in my last tutorial, I was about creating sprite sheets, and I wanted to create a GIF to go on my website so you can actually see the sprite sheet in action without having to play a movie or watch a video. Animated GIFs are actually quite handy. They've been around forever. They kind of fell out of use except for like animated cat pictures, but they're for tutorial sites and such. They're very handy for portraying motion without having to load a plugin or YouTube or whatever to actually play it. So I've used them quite a bit in tutorials, like my Blender tutorial series. I show how the different movements and operators work using animated GIFs. So there's something I create quite a bit about. Now, Cyotek, I've never heard of before, this product, and it really impressed me. So I thought I would share very quickly how to create an animated GIF using Cyotek. And this is it right here. Pretty simple page. It's a little confusing to figure out exactly what you want to do, but first thing you gotta do is come in here and create a project. Now, I have a sequence of animated files I already created. These were renders out of Blender, and they're individual frames of animation. And I want to turn all these together into an animated GIF. So, in the program, you create a new file, and then just come into Project, and you say Add Frame, and then you navigate to where your frames are stored. And I'm just going to shift-click, select them all, and click Open. Like so. Pretty much that's it, actually. I'm somewhat done. Unfortunately, the results that you'll get right now, if you go ahead and save this, are going to look probably a little awful. Let's just see that. So to save your GIF out, you just do Save As, and I'll do them to the same location. So it's like my animated GIF. And let's see how that looks. And here is our animated GIF. So I ran into that last time too, and the problem is you have to set the update frame, like so what it does each time on a clear. So let's go ahead and do that. We just grab all of our frames. So select your last frame, your first frame, doesn't matter the order. Shift click again to select them all, and then undraw method over here. Just go ahead and click Restore Background, like so. Now you go ahead and save your GIF, and when you go over now and play it, boom, animated GIF in about 2 or 3 minutes. It's very impressive. You can set up so the results are looping, etc. And then there's an amazing amount of actual things you can do here. You can modify your GIF. You can put a background in. You can, again, loop it. You can add text overlays, etc. So if you are in need of making an animated GIF from a number of frames, I highly recommend you actually check out the Cyotek. They're available at Cyotek.com. It's completely free, donation-based software. It's in 0.05 beta, so don't expect it to be the most stable thing in the world. But truth of the matter is, it's worked extremely well for me, and perhaps most impressively, and this is where GIF software let me down all the time. The files are normally gigantic. This is a 30-plus frame animation, and the final result is 363 kilobytes unoptimized. That's impressive. And in Cyotek itself, you can actually come in and do some things like palette optimize. So you can optimize the image palettes. You can create a global palette, etc. There we go. Create a global palette, and it'll go through all of your frames and figure out what the different colors are. This is a way of optimizing the final size of the file, because GIFs themselves are palletized graphic format, which means that each color is mapped to a lookup table, and that's part of how the compression works. So if you can reduce the size of that, or you can put like-ish colors together, you can really cut down the file size. Unfortunately, when I actually did play with this, so I went ahead, so there it's pulling the color from all these frames, and I'm just going to go here and say apply it to all of these frames, and then OK. You'll notice now we're going to want to undo that. Undefined transparency. Our end result, a little less than ideal. With tweaking and such, it did cut the file size down to 293 kilobytes, and I imagine you can play around and get that color background back and fixed. But there is a lot of options there, a lot of customization you can do to get your file size down. But the amazing thing is, you just throw it all in and generate it with the dumb settings you've got, and it actually generates a file that's pretty small. On top of that, if you want to change your speed, you can you do so here. That's it. That is creating an animated GIF using Cyotek. Highly, if you need to create one, you got nothing to lose by checking it out. Hope that was useful. Cheers. Bye.